Why true Christians refuse blood transfusions. This is the first of two videos. This video is dedicated to one of the most critical and unfortunately most misunderstood decisions worldwide: the refusal of blood transfusions by true Christians. Today, in this video 1, we will trace the origins. What is the spiritual and biblical motivation for this choice? We will see that this is not a taboo or fanaticism, but a universal principle deeply rooted in the heart of their faith. In video 2, we will address the crucial medical question: does bloodless surgery truly work? Is it safe, or does it lead to death? We will demonstrate how modern science not only supports this choice, but has turned it into an advantage. But let's go back to the starting point. Imagine the pressure. You are the patient in the emergency room. The doctor is in front of you. There's bleeding. We have to do a transfusion right now. You are scared, but your answer is firm. Thank you, doctor, but I cannot accept blood. Why would an individual, in a moment of life or death, make such a request? Is it ignorance? Is it disregard for life? For true Christians, this decision stems from a deep conviction. Life belongs to God, and blood is its sacred symbol. Misunderstanding often arises from myths that completely distort reality. Let's defeat 3 of them. False myth 1. They refuse all medical care. The truth. True Christians accept and seek the best healthcare available: medication, tests, surgery, and intensive care. The Bible does not prohibit medicine. On the contrary, it recognizes the need for a physician, as evidenced by Luke, who was a doctor himself. Refusing blood is not a rejection of science, but a request for specific protocols. False myth 2. They only believe in miracles. The truth. They know that sickness and death are part of human life. They do not expect healing through mystical practices. Their faith is a moral support, not a substitute for medical expertise. They cooperate fully with healthcare professionals. False myth 3. Those who refuse blood want to die. The truth. This is the biggest lie. Their goal is survival. Today, modern bloodless medicine is not a gamble, but a specialization. As we will see in video 2, countless complex operations are performed successfully without transfusions. The refusal is not a desire to die, but a desire to live in obedience to God. The consistency of this position does not stem from a single sentence, but from a continuous line of command that runs throughout Scripture, from the patriarchs to the early Christians. A. The universal command. Genesis. The first prohibition was given immediately after the flood, at a fundamental moment for humanity. In Genesis 9:4, God gave Noah permission to eat meat, but placed a clear limit, valid for all his descendants. You must not eat meat with its life, its blood. This established the universal principle. Blood is sacred because it is intrinsically linked to life, which is a gift from God. Recognizing this link means honoring the Creator. Be the symbol of life. Leviticus. This principle was then elaborated upon for the people of Israel. In Leviticus 17:14, God clarified the reason for this sanctity. You must not eat the blood of any sort of flesh, because the life of every sort of flesh is its blood. Blood is sacred because it is the physical representation of the soul, or the life. God established that, in all cases, blood should be poured out onto the ground. For a true Christian, ingesting or infusing blood means violating this principle of respect. See the Christian confirmation, Acts. If anyone doubts whether this principle is still valid for followers of Jesus, the New Testament is extremely clear. In the first century, the apostles and elders met in Jerusalem to decide on the essential requirements for new converts. Their decision, recorded in Acts 15:20 and reinforced in 15:28-29, listed 4 fundamental things. They should keep abstaining from blood. This command to keep abstaining from blood was elevated to the same level as refusing idolatry and sexual immorality. The Greek word for abstaining implies keeping completely away. The consistency of true Christians dictates that this prohibition applies to any route of introduction into the body, including medical means. This is not a mere human tradition, but the explicit will of God. When true Christians refuse a transfusion, they are making a choice of faith, not fear. They do not want to die, but their moral integrity and fidelity to God are inseparable from their desire to live. The question is not whether one can live without blood, but honoring the principle that life belongs to God. For a true Christian, conscience is as precious as breath. If one lives by violating a fundamental command, life itself loses its spiritual value. This is the inner strength that allows them to remain firm under pressure. They know that their decision is based on these aspects. Biblical consistency, the principle has been the same for 4,000 years. Love for life. They seek the best possible care for their bodies. Respect for God. They honor the giver of life's gift. Their relationship with medicine is one of full cooperation. They accept anesthesia, surgery, medication, specialized treatments, and most importantly, blood alternatives. We have analyzed the spiritual why. Now, the question that can no longer wait is, does the medical how actually work? Many still believe that refusing blood is a reckless act. But is that really the case? Are medical protocols that eliminate or reduce the need for transfusions effective? Are they safe in cases of trauma or major surgery? In video 2, Blood, the Clinical Facts, we will show you how medical innovation has transformed the choice of true Christians into a cutting-edge care model for all patients worldwide. Don't miss the next video to see how science has answered faith. Thank you for watching.